And to matters politics, for close to 3 months now, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has been a man under siege on the second anniversary of his political marriage with President William Ruto. 69 members of parliament from his own backyard of Mount Kenya came out to publicly break ranks, with him declaring Interior Cabinet Secretary Professor Abraham Kithure-Kindiki as their link man to the national executive. The MPs who once planned Gachagua's ouster motion have labeled the man who fashioned himself as a truthful man and as a tribal lord with a narrow perspective of national issues. Gachagua is walking the same path walked by his boss President William Ruto in just 2 years in the first term of the Kenya Kwanza administration. Take a listen. Once a master of defiance when he served as retired President Uhuru Kenyatta's deputy, Ruto is now calling for a political tone down in veiled attacks on his deputy Rigathi Gachagua. President Ruto, ironically, is now the one calling for a stop of early campaigns.
Tupunguze mambo ya 2027. Huko 2027 ni Mungu na wananchi.
President Ruto's remarks rekindles the struggles and the hard time his former boss Uhuru Kenyatta endured as he sought to turn his deputy was literally running wild ahead of the 2022 general election.
Mimi nataka niwaulize watu wa Nyeri. Nyinyi mnataka tubadilishe katiba kwanza, tuongeze vyeo na mamlaka ya viongozi?
Ruto seemingly closing a short history of campaign data tricks between presidents and their deputies. Rigathi Gachagua is now regarded as the rebel-in-chief in President William Ruto's administration is walking a similar path.
Na vile governor umesema, I am with you 100%. And where it I am.
From assembling allied members of parliament and causing divisions within the ruling Kenya Kwanza alliance, Gachagua is already hitting the ground running. President Ruto wrote for a stop of early campaigns weeks after he formed a broad-based cabinet with members from the Orange Democratic Movement and his return on the sunroof, addressing what he termed as development meetings.
Watu ya Kondele. Kumbe ni nyinyi.
Perform my functions in the said office.
May I request that we take it again?
Meanwhile, when he took oath of office on the 13th of September 2022, Deputy President Geoffrey Rigathi Gachagua could not have imagined that one day things could take such a drastic turn. A short 2 years ago, Gachagua was glowing with political love, promising absolute faithfulness, loyalty, and obedience, and he spoke from the bottom of his heart.
From the bottom of my heart, to be available to assist you to manage the affairs of our great nation. I'll serve you with loyalty and dedication. And the job ahead of us is not a joke.
And Gachagua carried the honeymoon well, protecting his territory and partner with pointed fierceness. He was particularly hawk-eyed in keeping potential suitors and political excess at bay.
Ikulu nimeweka mitego kila kona, kila mahali nimeweka, na niko na watu wa kunipigia simu. Wakionekana tu karibu naambiwa. Kwa sababu uwezi mtu ameharibu serikali ine umukubalie akuje ya tano. Si ataharibu.
However, 2 years on, the self-proclaimed truthful man is facing new realities. A majority of MPs in his own Mount Kenya backyard want him vanquished. Last week, 69 members of parliament from the Mount Kenya East and Mount Kenya West regions denouncing Gachagua as their kingpin and linked to the executive, throwing their weight behind Interior CS Professor Abraham Kithure-Kindiki.
to the national government to be the Cabinet Secretary for Interior and National Administration, Professor Kithure Kindiki, whose responsibilities in the executive includes the coordination of national government functions across the country.
This picture of the supporters of the DP and that of a section of Mount Kenya West MPs painting the grim realities on the ground for the first time MP from Madeira. The DP on Friday coming out guns blazing, warning those plotting his downfall of dire political consequences, maintaining even with or without the representatives of the people and the ground are still with him. And Gachagwa's wars, just like those of his boss under retired President Uhuru Kenyatta, have escalated after the entry of former Prime Minister Raila Odinga to government through the broad-based transfer window. The political move by President William Ruto to appoint cabinet secretaries from Odinga's traditional bases of Nyanza, Western and Coast as a safeguard for the 2027 contest. Before the changes in cabinet, Gachagua had lamented of signs of an abusive marriage, claiming he was denied official transport.
Nilichelewa, I had matatizo with my transport arrangements. Alafu ikaingia mambo ya hewa, nikachelewa kutoka, nikakwama pale kati ya Longonot na Naivasha karibu 2 hours ndio nifike hapa.
During the period of turbulence, the number 2 accused some junior officers in the president's corner of undermining him.
Shida ile unaona is some people who are friends with the president also want to be my boss. Inawezekana? Atuwe kwa sababu ni rafiki ya rais atukue boss yangu. Even some people wanamsaidia kazi, mapie yake, wanataka tukuniamurisha mimi vile nitafanya kazi. Inawezekana?
Just before the Gen Z-led protest in June, there were talks of ousting Gachagua as deputy president.
Ngakigua he torendaga kuigata Gachagua no tutirari na andu akuigana na riu tondu Raila ni arokire ri andu ake ODM mangioka tutukanene na itu nitukumuingata ni president akijira danajira ararehera ina na andu ake guka guthukia thirikari ka kunyingata matano ya itwa matana cia ina cigine chari macoke kure mundu athurirwo tondu ni ri ndithuritwo ni abunge ni thuritwo ni andu a Kenya.
And now talk of impeachment in his own words. For Maisha Prime, Maisha Television, I'm Mesh Msembi.